everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2023 makeup inventory video. I filmed one of these at the beginning of 2022 and it's been a year, so I thought it'd be interesting to update you on where my collection stands now versus where it was a year ago. It's interesting because I feel like a lot of the numbers are very similar, which I'm happy about. I didn't go too crazy with buying products. And I think also they're similar because while I did bring some new products in, I also finished 16 makeup products last year and I did a little bit of a declutter at the end of December and I kind of cleared out things that I wasn't using. So I feel like my collection right now is very curated. It's very much all things that I enjoy using, which I'm super excited about. And I'm overall very happy with the numbers and kind of where we stand. I think there's actually some room to grow in some areas, which is kind of funny because I feel like normally I want to pull back, but to be honest, there's not really one area other than probably lip products that I want to pull back, and there's a couple areas that I wouldn't mind having some more products in. Although that's not necessarily a reason to go out and purchase them, it's just if I find something I really like, I don't think I'd say no to myself, if that makes sense. But let's go ahead and jump into it. I have the numbers written out here in my handy dandy notebook, and I'll flash on the screen just the videos that I took of the actual products in my collection. So starting off with eye primers, I just have one eye primer, which is really all that I need. Last year I had two. I think I had this one and then I had the Morphe eye primer that I finished up last year, and that was in my end of year makeup empties. So really, I'm good with just one eye primer. I definitely need an eye primer in my collection. It's not something I could get rid of. Without it, my eyeshadow would definitely crease, but one has been just fine, and when that one finishes up, I'll purchase a new one. But they're not to me a super fun product that I would want many of, so I'm good with just one. Face primers, I have two, and then in the beginning of 2022, I had five. I finished one face primer last year in my Project Pan, and then I decluttered some as well because I realized I just don't wear a ton of face primer. I don't need it in my routine necessarily, so I saved two. One is the Glossier face primer that's more of a serum, super hydrating, skincare-esque type product. And then I also saved my Benefit POREfessional because it's mattifying, it fills in pores, so if I need it for that specific reason I can. So that I feel like both of those kind of handle the range of primers that I would need. So I'm good with the two of them, but I don't see myself bringing any new ones into my collection this year. Eyeshadow palettes, I have 11 and I had 11 last year. I purchased two new eyeshadow palettes last year, so that brought my number up to 13, but then I decluttered a couple in my December declutter, so we're staying at the same at 11, although the collection looks a little bit different than it did. For single shadows, I have 14. Last year I had 17, so again, that's as a result of the declutter. Happy with that. I'm very close to finishing a single shadow. I have it right now in my Project Pan, so I would love to be able to finish a total single shadow. I think that would be really awesome to do this year, and that is a goal of mine, obviously, because I rolled it into my Project Pan. It's my Makeup Geek Creme Brulee shadow that I'm using as a crease shade, so it's hopefully gonna move pretty quickly. So hopefully I'll be able to bring that single shadow number down after finishing that one up. And I don't really see myself necessarily buying a single shadow. If something is really interesting to me, it's probably a glitter versus just a regular single shadow. So I don't see myself necessarily bringing anything new into this category this year, but we will see. The next category is eye pigments. So this obviously includes pigments, but it also includes any liquids or glitters, anything just a little bit different than a typical regular eyeshadow. And so I had 6 and I currently have 6, and I'm good with the 6 that I have. I love those. I decluttered a ColourPop Super Shock shadow this year at some point because it had dried out, and I think I decluttered a liquid too, so I must have brought a couple in to make us still sit at 6, but that's okay. I'm happy with the ones that I have right now. Foundation, I have 5, and I had 5 last year, although I finished 2 foundations last year. I'm very close to finishing another one, and this is actually a category I could see having more of, which I feel like it might sound well, 5's kind of a lot, but I make my way through foundation pretty quickly, and I wouldn't mind just having some more options in my collection, and so I wouldn't be mad if that number went up at all this year. Concealer, last year I had one, this year I have one. It's the same one, which might sound like, oh, that could be expired, but like it doesn't smell any different. On the rare occasion that I use it, it's been performing normally. So I'm fine with it until it tells me a reason that I shouldn't be fine with it anymore. But to be honest, like I very rarely wear concealer. This concealer also doesn't match my skin tone, so I wouldn't use it to spot conceal. It would just be under my eyes. To be honest, I pretty rarely feel like I need something there, so I don't really use that on a regular basis at all. So I have it if I need it, but it's not something that I'm gonna go through. Face powder, last year I had 5, and now in 2023 I have 6. Again, I finished a face powder up last year, but I did buy a couple last year as well. I really do love face powders. This category I know I don't need anymore because they take forever to use up, especially because I have 2 loose powders. So you know those are gonna take forever. I just really enjoy trying different types of powders, so I could potentially see this category going up just because I'd be curious to try out different ones throughout the year. Bronzer, I had 4, I still have 4. I finished a bronzer last year, so again, I brought something new into my collection, but I didn't go crazy in this category, and I'm happy with that because it took me a whole year to finish a bronzer that I'd already hit pan on. So bronzer definitely takes a while around here, and I definitely don't need any more than 4 right now, so I'm good with what I have. Blush, I had 7. And I still have 7. I think they're the same 7. I am really working hard on my NARS blush in my Project Pan, so I'm hoping to finish that this year. And then I also have a pretty big pan on my Makeup Geek Romance blush. So I would also like to potentially pan that one at some point sooner rather than later. So I see 2 blushes being moved out of my collection hopefully soon, and I have some pan on some other blush. But that being said, I also feel like a lot of my blush doesn't look like it's been used at all, even though it has been. It just takes a while. So I don't really see myself purchasing any more blush because I feel like we're pretty good with what we have, unless something like is really calling my name. So next category is highlight. I currently have 8 highlights. Last year I had 10. 4 of my highlights right now have pan on it, so super excited about that. And also happy with the 8 number. I'd like to keep it in the single digits if I can. So again, this kind of falls into the same category as like bronzer and blush. I really enjoy purchasing these products, but I definitely don't think I need any more right now. Setting sprays, I have 5, and probably in the picture that you're seeing, there's only 4, and that is because for the life of me, I cannot find my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I literally just purchased it this past like November, December, and I've used it 1 time, and now I cannot find it anywhere, and I'm so bummed. But I do actually have that one. I did finish 3 setting sprays last year, which I'm so proud of. And I am on track hopefully to finish at least another 2 this year. So really happy with those numbers. Just so bummed that I can't find my Urban Decay setting spray. I could only be down to 4, which I feel like I'm gonna have to purchase some. So I'm definitely kind of feeling like, oh, I need to find it, but I searched this whole room and I couldn't find it. And I don't remember taking it out or packing it for anything, so I don't know where that has gotten to. But this is a category I could definitely see going up. I really enjoy setting sprays, and like I said, I used 3 last year, so it's not like something that takes me forever to use. So this is something kind of similar to foundation where I wouldn't mind having more options in my collection. Lashes, I had 4. I still have 4. They're probably the same 4. I haven't worn lashes in forever. I have my glues and I have a couple options. I used to wear lashes a lot more when we'd go out, or you know, if I had a wedding or bachelorette party, but those have kind of slowed down because most of my friends have been married, and you know, now we're all having babies, so I have not been going out like I used to, and so those lashes will just hang out until, you know, I have a reason to wear them. Eyeliner, I had 8, now I have 7. I decluttered a liner, so that might be the only one that's different there. I don't recall purchasing any new eyeliners this year, and I definitely didn't use any up. Although it is my goal this year to finish up my Avon liner, so I would love to be able to finish a liner this year. That would be super exciting for me. Mascaras, I had 7, now I have 8. I have a lot of mascaras in my collection because I feel like I purchase them when they're on sale and then I just don't open them and I just hold them until I'm ready to use them. So I don't know if that's a good practice or not, but I haven't had any issues with it. So I have 8 because I have a ton of backups, and then I also have a mini like Clinique lower lash line mascara, which is like something that I continue to repurchase. The one I'm using is like on its last legs, so I'm gonna have to pick up a new one soon, but that's something I just pick up as I finish the one that I'm using. Brows, I had 4 in 2022, and now I have 3, and really the only brow product that I'm regularly using is the ABH Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax. This is kind of just like my go-to, and then I have a pen and also a pencil if I want to fill my brows in at all, but I very rarely do. Lip gloss, I had 7. I still have 7. I'm hoping to finish a lip gloss this year. I did finish a lip gloss last year, but I did bring in a new Fenty Gloss Bomb Cream, and I'm considering this a lip gloss. I feel like a lot of things this year, and not intentionally, have been like I finished one up and I brought one in, and the numbers are kind of staying the same, although the products are turning over. And I'm totally good with that. I think that's just kind of happening naturally on its own because I'm not overbuying, and I'm focusing so much on using what I have. My liquid lips, I had 5, now I have 4. Liquid lips take forever to use. I'm happy with the 4 that I have. I don't think I'd buy any more liquid lips because they're just not my favorite anymore, but they definitely serve a purpose for when I need them. I wasn't sure what to put this lip product in, so I'm just calling it a lip cream. It's my Rare Beauty lip cream. I absolutely love this product. I would love to get more of them, but I just have 1 right now. Lip liners, I had 6 and now I have 7. I literally don't know how I have so many lip liners because I, for the longest time, didn't know if I even liked lip liners. Now I've definitely been enjoying them a lot more. My goal is to pan a lip liner this year to completely finish it, so hopefully we can bring this number down. I don't see myself purchasing any lip liners, hopefully, because I have so many, and again, I don't use them on a totally regular basis. Lip balms, I had 2, now I have 5. One of the reasons that I have 5 is I'm including my lip oil in this category because I see it more as like a lip nourishing treatment versus like a gloss or anything. And I also got 2 of the EOS like chapsticks in my stocking this past Christmas from my mom. So again, all of those products have kind of leveled up this number. Lip crayon, I have 3 and I had 2 before. Again, I'm good with that number. Next category is the bullet lipsticks. This is definitely where I have way more than I need. Bullet lipsticks take forever to use. I panned one last year, but it took a long time. This is definitely a category that is just fun to collect for me versus actually ever being able to use all of these. But I had 24 and now I have 20, and I'm super happy with that number. Like I said, I finished one, I decluttered a few, so really good with 20. I do see myself though probably buying a new lipstick at some point because I really do enjoy lipstick a lot, and I just find them really fun to purchase, although they probably don't make sense, like I said, because I have so many of them. Okay, so I just added it all up, and total products in my collection is 139. I'm pretty good with that, honestly. I think anything under 150 would be great, and I am well under that right now. So I'm good with seeing my collection grow a little bit, but I'm also very comfortable with just leaving it where it is and seeing what I can finish up this year. So I hope this video was interesting, kind of seeing where my collection sits today and how I'm working through what I would call a very curated collection, but keeping things fresh by bringing new stuff in and then finishing things. I don't see myself doing much more decluttering because, again, it's very curated. I have everything in here that I enjoy using, and most of the things that I decluttered were really old or things that had come in BoxyCharm that I had not purchased on my own. So also things to consider. But with all of that being said, I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.